Hello everyone. We have started for the nutrition and the health chapter. So we have covered about the micronutrients and the micronutrients. So we covered the carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and the minerals. Then the next, which is then the next type of nutrient or which is the essential part of our nutrition is the water. So in this chapter or in this lecture we will continue with the what is the importance of the water, then what is the importance of the fibers in our diet, or how they helps for our nutrition and the health. Also we will see what is the balanced diet. So first of all we will see the importance of water in our diet. So as we know, the water is the most important constituent of the food for all the living bodies, and in our human body it contains about 70% of the water. So all the tissues, then the organs, bones contains the water. So in our body about 70% of part or the space is occupied by the water, which is made up with the water. So all our tissues or our cells which contains the water as essential fluid. So water is the important and which is present in all the types of foods like vegetables, then fruits, milks in the different proportions, and generally water is provided to us from the foods and the drinks, or as such we can drink water. So it has been estimated that roughly the 20% of water which is consumed from the food such as soups, then the yogurt, fruit and the vegetables, and about 80% of the water which we drink as it is or as a water from milk and from the fruit juices. Then which are the functions of the water in our body? First thing is it helps in the transport of nutrients within the body. So water it acts as a vehicle, it acts as a solvent to carry out or transport the different nutrients within the organs or in the different cells in our body. Again, water is an essential constituent of all the fluids which are present in our body, such as the fluids like the blood. Okay, the blood plasma contain the maximum amount of water. Again, water is a constituent of the lymph which is a fluid which is present in the interstitial fluids or the interstitial space between the cells. Again, it is a part of the cerebrospinal fluid, that is CSF. सो आपल्या बॉडीमध्ये जे काही फ्लुइड्स आहेत लाईक ब्लड असेल, लिम्फ आहे किंवा CSF आहे, ह्या सर्वांचा मेन कन्स्टिट्युएंट किंवा एसेन्शियल कन्स्टिट्युएंट हा वॉटर आहे. अगेन इट हेल्प्स इन द रेग्युलेशन ऑफ बॉडी टेम्परेचर बाय एव्हॅपोरेशन थ्रू द स्किन अँड द लंग्स. आपल्या बॉडीचं जे काही टेम्परेचर आहे किंवा सरफेस टेम्परेचर आहे ते मेंटेन करण्याचं काम कोण करतं आहे तर वॉटर. सो थ्रू इव्हॅपोरेशन असेल किंवा थ्रू स्वेटिंग असेल किंवा लंग्समधून एक्सपिरेशन असेल, याच्या थ्रू काय होतं आहे आपल्या बॉडीचं टेम्परेचर मेंटेन केलं जातं ड्यू टू द वॉटर. अगेन इट सर्व्स ॲज अ व्हेकल फॉर द सोल्युशन अँड डायल्युशन ऑफ सॉलिड फ्लुइड्स. सो वॉटर इज अगेन ॲक्ट ॲज अ व्हेकल और इट ॲक्ट ॲज अ सॉल्वंट फॉर द डायल्युशन ऑफ फ्लुइड्स अँड द सॉलिड्स. सो दीज आर इझिली डायजेस्टेड अँड मेटाबोलाइज. सो जे काही अन्न आपण घेतो आहे ते वॉटरमध्ये मिक्स होतं आहे किंवा बॉडी फ्लुइड्समध्ये मिक्स होतं आहे, जेणेकरून ते इझिली डायजेस्टेड होतं आहे किंवा ते कॅरीड आऊट केलं जातं डिफरंट सेल्सपर्यंत. अगेन इट इज एसेन्शियल टू मेकअप द लॉस कॉज बाय इट्स एक्सक्रीशन इन द युरिन, स्वेट, ब्रीथ, मिल्क इन अ लॅक्टेटिंग मदर्स अँड टू सम एक्सटेंट इन अ फेसेस. सो स्वेटिंग असेल किंवा युरिन असेल किंवा लॅक्टेटिंग मदर्समध्ये मिल्क थ्रू असेल किंवा फिसेसमधून जे काही वॉटरचा लॉस होतो आहे तो आपल्याला भरून काढणं गरजेचं आहे. ओके, सो ते वॉटरची लेवल आपल्या बॉडीमध्ये मेंटेन करणं गरजेचं असतं. सो इट हेल्प्स इन एक्सट्रॅक्टिंग द वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट फ्रॉम द बॉडी टू स्वेट असेल, युरिन असेल, एक्सपिरेशन असेल, याच्यातून काय केलं जातं आहे, बॉडीमधले जे काही टॉक्झिन्स आहेत ते एक्सिट केले जातात. अगेन इट इज इम्पॉर्टंट इन बिल्डिंग अँड रिपेअर ऑफ द बॉडी टिश्यूज. So all these are the functions of water in our body. So we have to take adequate amount of water daily. So actually the water requirement varies from person to person. Again, it depends on the atmospheric temperature and the exercise or the labor which is done by an individual. So with rise in atmospheric temperature and humidity of the air, the necessity of water intake get increases. So आपल्या बॉडीसाठी वॉटरची जी काही रिक्वायरमेंट आहे ती पर्सन टू पर्सन किंवा ॲटमॉस्फेरिक कंडिशन्सनुसार वेगळी वेगळी आहे. जनरली हाय टेम्परेचर असेल किंवा ह्युमिडिटी जास्त असेल तर त्या ठिकाणी अशा पर्सन्सना जास्त वॉटर इंटेक करणं गरजेचं आहे. अगेन द पीपल लिव्हिंग इन हॉट कंट्रीज लाईक इंडिया नीड मोर वॉटर दॅन द पीपल विच आर लिव्हिंग इन कोल्ड कंट्रीज. अगेन द वॉटर इंटेक अँड द वॉटर लॉस मस्ट बी इक्वल इन ऑर्डर टू मेंटेन द नॉर्मल वॉटर बॅलन्स. सो आपल्या बॉडीतून वॉटरचा जितका काही लॉस होतो आहे तो आपल्याला मेकअप करणं गरजेचं आहे टू मेंटेन द बॅलन्स लेवल ऑफ वॉटर इन अवर बॉडी. सो ऑन अन ॲव्हरेज ॲक्च्युली द नॉर्मल हेल्दी पर्सन डेली नीड्स अबाउट 6 glasses of the water for drinking, so which approximately equal to the 2.27 liter. ॲक्च्युली 2 ते 2.5 लिटर पाणी आपल्या नॉर्मल हेल्दी पर्सनसाठी गरजेचं आहे डेली, विच इज इक्वल टू अबाउट 6 glasses ऑफ द वॉटर. So out of which actually 1.37 liters is excreted in a urine, sweat and feces. Therefore, to keep the body healthy, plenty of water must be taken daily. So आपल्या बॉडी हेल्दी राहण्यासाठी प्लेंटी ऑफ वॉटर डेली इंटेक करणं गरजेचं आहे. सो दिस इज अबाउट द इम्पॉर्टन्स अँड द फंक्शन्स ऑफ द वॉटर इन अवर डाएट. Next we will see what are the importance of the fibers in our diet, or what are that fibers. So fibers, or we can see it as a dietary fibers, which is a type of carbohydrate that cannot be digested by our body enzyme. Actually fibers एक टाईपचं कार्बोहायड्रेट आहे. Okay, so dietary fibers, these are the type of carbohydrates which are not actually metabolize or digest by our body enzymes. सो डायटरी फायबर्स हा एक कार्बोहायड्रेटचा पार्ट आहे किंवा ते कार्बोहायड्रेट्स आहेत की जे आपल्या बॉडीमध्ये डायजेस्ट केले जात नाहीत. सो डायटरी फायबर्स इज डिफाईन ॲज द कंपोनंट्स ऑफ द प्लांट दॅट रेजिस्ट द ह्युमन डायजेस्टिव्ह एन्झाईम दॅट इन्क्लूड्स द लिग्निन अँड द पॉलिसेकराइड्स. ऑल्सो इट कॅन इन्क्लूड्स रेजिस्टंट स्टार्च and the different oligosaccharides. So the dietary fibers or the roughage is the indigestible portion of the food derived from the plants. Generally dietary fibers हे indigestible carbohydrates आहेत, त्याला आपण रफेज किंवा बल्क असं सुद्धा म्हणू शकतो, की जे जनरली आपल्या बॉडीमध्ये डायजेस्ट होऊ शकत नाहीत. सो इट इज फाउंड इन अ edible plant such as cereals, fruits, vegetables, nuts, grains. So fibers are grouped by its physical properties or according to their solubilities, such as soluble fibers and the insoluble fibers. Generally fibers दोन टाईपचे आहेत, एक आहे soluble fiber, another आहे insoluble fibers. So we can say it also as a roughage or a bulk which includes the parts of plant which food our body and cannot digest or absorb. So there are two types of fibers such as soluble fiber and insoluble fibers. So first are the soluble fibers. So soluble fibers which dissolve in a water, which get readily fermented in the colon and gets converted into the gases and the physiologically active byproduct which are generally viscous in a nature. So these soluble fibers are generally soluble in water, की जे वॉटरमध्ये सोल्युबल होतात अँड फॉर्म्स अ जेल लाईक मटेरियल. ते वॉटरमध्ये सोल्युबल झाल्यानंतर त्यापासून एक विस्कस जेल लाईक मटेरियल तयार होतं. सो जनरली हे जे सोल्युबल फायबर्स आहेत हे कोलॉनमध्ये फर्मेंट होतात, त्यांचं फर्मेंटेशन होतं आणि दे गेट्स कन्वर्ट इन टू द गॅसेस अँड द डिफरंट फिजिओलॉजिकली ॲक्टिव्ह बाय प्रोडक्ट्स लाईक अ शॉर्ट चेन फॅटी ॲसिड. ओके, सो सोल्युबल फायबर्स हे वॉटरमध्ये डिझॉल्व्ह होतात, त्यापासून जेली किंवा विस्कस असं मटेरियल प्रोड्यूस होतं आहे आणि जनरली त्यांचं कोलॉनमध्ये फर्मेंटेशन होऊन त्यापासून गॅसेस प्रोड्यूस होतात आणि फिजिओलॉजिकली ॲक्टिव्ह मेटाबोलाइट्स किंवा बाय प्रोडक्ट्स तयार होतात. So these soluble fibers are generally found in oats, then peas, beans, apple, citrus fruits, carrots and the barley. The next are the insoluble fibers. So these insoluble fibers does not get dissolved in a water. Okay, की जे वॉटरमध्ये डिझॉल्व्ह होत नाहीत. Again, it is metabolically inert and provide a bulking and can metabolically ferment in a large intestine. जनरली इन्सोल्युबल फायबर्स हे वॉटरमध्ये सोल्युबलाइज होत नाहीत. दे आर कम्प्लिटली मेटाबॉलिकली इनर्ट, जस्ट दे प्रोवाइड अ बल्क or they produces a bulking agent. So this type of fibers promotes the movement of material throughout the digestive system and increases the stool bulk. Okay, generally these insoluble fibers absorb water and they produces a bulk or they provide bulk to the stool. So it can be benefit to those who struggle with constipation or irregular stool. सो ज्या लोकांमध्ये कन्स्टिपेशनचा त्रास आहे त्यांच्यामध्ये स्टूलचं बल्क इन्क्रीज करण्यासाठी किंवा ते इझिली एक्सक्रीट करण्यासाठी हेल्पफुल होतं आहे. सो दीज insoluble fibers are generally present in a cauliflower, then the green peas, then potatoes. Okay, so this is about the fibers. Fibers are generally insoluble किंवा indigestible carbohydrate parts आहेत. There are two types of fibers. First are the soluble fibers and second are the insoluble fibers. Soluble fibers get dissolved in water. They produce as a jelly-like or a viscous material. Soluble fibers get fermented in a colon and they produces the gases and a different metabolically active byproducts. Then insoluble fibers are insoluble in water. They do not get dissolved in water. Just they produces a bulk or they increases the bulk of our stool. So there are certain examples of the fibers. First one are the non-starch polysaccharide fibers such as cellulose, then the hemicellulose, pectin, gum and the mucilaginous. Then second are the non-polysaccharide fibers such as lignins, cutins and the tannins. So हे fibers different examples आहेत. And next we will see which are the benefits of the fibers किंवा फायबर्सचा आपल्या डाएटमध्ये काय इम्पॉर्टन्स आहे. First thing, they normalizes the bowel movement. As we've seen, the dietary fibers absorb water and they produces a bulk. Okay, so dietary fiber increases the weight and size of your stool and soften it. Okay, so functions of the dietary fibers include, first one is they normalizes the bowel movement. So the dietary fibers increases the weight and size of your stool and soften it. So as we've seen, insoluble fibers absorbs water and they produces the bulk. So generally these dietary fibers which are included in our diet increases the weight and size of the stool and they softens the stool. So if we have any loose and the watery stool, such fibers or if we take fibers, they absorb the water and they maintain the consistency of the stool, and they add a bulk to the stool. The next thing, they lowers the cholesterol level, or they helps to lower the cholesterol level. So generally the soluble fibers which are found in beans, then oats, or the flaxseed, or in oat bran, which helps to lower the total blood cholesterol level by lowering the low density lipoprotein, or they lowers the levels of bad cholesterol. Okay, so there are two types of cholesterol. First one is the high density cholesterol or the high density lipoproteins. Second are the low density lipoproteins. So these fibers helps to lower the levels of low density lipoprotein in our body, so they indirectly helps to lower the cholesterol level in our body. The next one, they helps to control the blood sugar level. So in people with the diabetes, the fibers, particularly the soluble fibers, can slow the absorption of sugar, which helps to improve the blood sugar level. The next, the adds in achieving a healthy weight. So high fiber foods, which tend to be more filling than the low fiber food, to eat less and stay satisfied longer. जनरली डाएटमध्ये जर का फायबर्सचं प्रमाण ॲडेक्वेट असेल तर जी काही हंगर आहे ते सॅटिस्फाय केली जाते. सो इट प्रिव्हेंट्स द ओव्हर इटिंग. त्यामुळे जे काही ओव्हर इटिंग आहे ते प्रिव्हेंट केलं जातं. सो दी अगेन हेल्प्स टू मेंटेन द वेट. Also the fiber contain the low calories, just they increases the bulk of the food and satisfy our hunger and helps to maintain the healthy weight. Again they helps to live you longer, so increasing your dietary fibers intake, especially the cereal fiber, which is associated with a reduced risk of dying from cardiovascular diseases and all the cancers. The next one are the functions of fiber. First one is they lower the total cholesterol, also they lowers the low density lipoprotein cholesterol. Again they regulate the blood pressure, they speeds the passage of food through the digestive system. As we seen, these fibers absorbs the water and they increases the bulk of our stool or the contents of the intestine, so they speed the passage of food through the digestive system. Again they add bulk to the stool. Again they balances the intestinal pH and stimulate the intestinal fermentation production of the short chain fatty acid. As we've seen, the soluble fibers get fermented in a colon and they get converts into the gases and a different physiologically active byproducts. Also this fiber add bulk to the diet and making feel full faster. Also this fiber helps to satisfy the hunger. So overall, the advantages of consuming fibers are: first one is the production of healthful compounds during the fermentation of the soluble fibers, and the insoluble fibers ability to increase the bulk, then to soften the stool and to shorten the transit time through the intestinal tract. Also these fibers has some disadvantages, like it produces the intestinal gas and which fuels bloating in a stomach. Also the constipations can occur if insufficient fluid is consumed with a high fiber diet. जर का आपण हाय फायबर डाएट घेत असेल तर त्यासोबत आपल्याला ॲडिक्वेट फ्लुइड किंवा वॉटर इंटेकसुद्धा घ्यावा लागतो, अदरवाईज इट मे लीड्स टू द कॉन्स्टिपेशन्स. So these fibers increases the fecal bulk and helps to prevent the constipation by decreasing the fecal transit time in the large intestine. Also they improves the overall gastrointestinal health or health of the GI tract. Again they improves the glucose tolerance and the insulin response following the meal. They increases the colonic fermentation and short-chain fatty acid production. Also they positively modulates the colonic microflora. आपल्या कोलॉनमध्ये किंवा इंटेस्टाईनमध्ये जो काही मायक्रोबियल फ्लोरा आहे तो सुद्धा मॉड्युलेट करण्यासाठी हेल्प करतात. They reduces the hyperlipidemia, hypertension, and the other coronary heart diseases risk factors. So overall, these fibers improves the health and the nutrition of the body. So we have to take the adequate amount of fibers in our diet. So for a healthy adult male, it requires around 38 grams of the fibers daily. Again, the main age 51 or the older age requires about 38 gram of fibers. Then for a female, the age up to 50 or the younger females require 25 grams of the fibers, and the age at the 51 or the older women require 21 grams of the fibers daily. So this is about the importance of water and the fibers in our diet. Then next we will see what is meant by a balanced diet. So diet means what we are eating, okay, which may include the different type of nutrients, water, fiber. So what is meant by balanced diet? To improve or to maintain our health or the health of our body, we have to take a balanced diet. So what is that balanced diet? A balanced diet means getting the right type of and amount of the food and the drinks to supply the nutrition and energy for maintaining the body cells, tissue and the organs, and for supporting a normal growth and development. So balanced diet is defined as it is a diet that contains the different types of foods in the correct proportions so that the body demand for amino acid, fats, carbohydrates, minerals, vitamins and the other nutrients is sufficient, so that the promotion, protection and the maintenance of health is done. So balanced diet which includes the all nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals in adequate amount to fulfill the necessary or need of our body for the normal development, growth and protection of our health. So this diagram or the pyramid shows what actually included in a balanced diet. It includes around 8 glasses or 8 servings of the plain water, about 6 servings of the rice and the pastas, then the fruits, the different fruits which has at least 2 servings, then the meat, then the poultry, fish, then the dry beans, nut which has a 2 servings a day. It also includes the calcium, vitamin D, vitamin B12 supplements, then vegetables at least 3 servings, then the milk, yogurt and the cheese group which has at least 3 servings a day, which also includes the fats, different oils, then the sweets, but they are taken in a low amount. So the food which is taken by the human is known as a diet, and a balanced diet which includes all the nutrients like proteins, carbohydrates, fats, minerals and vitamins in a sufficient amount for the normal growth and the development of the body, which is known as a balanced diet. So which are the different functions of this balanced diet, or how this balanced diet helps to improve the health or to maintain the health of our body? First thing is the carbohydrates which are taken from the diet, or the fats which provides the energy to the body. ओके, जे काही कार्बोहायड्रेट्स फॅट्स आहेत ते आपल्याला बॉडीला एनर्जी प्रोव्हाइड करतात फॉर द नॉर्मल फंक्शनिंग और द डेली फंक्शनिंग ऑफ द बॉडी. अगेन द प्रोटीन प्रोवाइड द मटेरियल फॉर द ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द बॉडी and repair of the damaged tissue. So these proteins provides the material requiring for the growth or for the development of our body tissues. Also they repair the damaged tissues. Then the mineral salt which helps the body to form a blood, bones, teeth and to regulate the body function. Then vitamin which are needed to catalyze the certain chemical reaction in the body which are necessary for the normal growth and maintenance of the good health. As we have seen in the vitamin part, These vitamins are the part, or they act as a coenzymes for the different enzyme required for the different reactions or the metabolism in our body. So indirectly vitamins are involved to catalyze the different chemical reactions in our body, which are necessary for the normal growth and maintenance of the good health. Again, the water is essential in a diet to carry out the various life processes in the body like digestion, metabolism, then transport, excretion, and the regulation of the body temperature. Then the roughage or the fibers is required in a diet for the proper digestion, then proper peristaltic movements and the bowel evacuation or the smooth expulsion of the stools from the body. So all these carbohydrates, then the fats, vitamins, proteins, fibers, water, which are taken adequately or in a balanced amount, which constitute a balanced diet for the normal growth, development, protection, and maintenance of the health. So, what is the composition of this balanced diet? So, for a healthy adult male, the composition of balanced diet is given as below. So, it includes around 400 grams of the cereals in the form of rice and the atta. It includes around 50 to 85 grams of the pulses, then 57 grams of the oil and a ghee, then 114 grams of the leafy vegetables, around 85 grams of the other vegetables, 85 grams of the root vegetables, 85 grams of the fruits, 284 grams of the milk and the milk product, then 57 grams of the sugar and the jaggery, then 85 grams of the fish or the meat, then 1 to 2 eggs daily, and it also includes the water, salt, and the other condiments according to the need and the taste. So this is a chart which shows the composition of balanced diet for a healthy adult male. So in this lecture we have seen what is the importance of water or the functions of water in our diet, which are the functions of fibers, and what is meant by balanced diet, and what are the functions and composition of the balanced diet. Okay, so thank you for your attention. For any query you can ask me. Okay, so thank you.